Can you believe it's already been a decade full of trials and tribulations? But one thing we can always count on is the power of great video games to carry us through, and that's exactly what this list is all about. Welcome, my friend. We're so glad you found us. Choosing the games for this list took a lot of work. We had to sift through a vast ocean of titles, all vying for attention. But it was all worth it because we focus on quality rather than popularity. So without further ado, come on then. Let's dive into the top 10 must-play video games of the decade. Just make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting videos like this one. Number 10, Mass Effect 2. The Mass Effect series is undoubtedly one of the most beloved franchises in gaming history. And when it comes to the second game in the series, well, it's considered by many to be the pinnacle of the franchise. Before the trilogy finale 2 years later, which divided fans, Mass Effect 2 reigned supreme. The first game did an excellent job of introducing players to the universe and its vast array of characters. But it wasn't until the second game that those characters truly came to life. They became more than just mere players in the game, but real individuals with their own motivations, goals, and emotions. The seemingly endless dialogue options and permutations for even a single conversation made every choice feel impactful and integral to the story. Even though the game's middling sequel, Mass Effect Andromeda, attempted to replicate this mechanism, it wasn't quite as refined. Mass Effect 2 also allowed players to tailor the conclusions to their specific shepherd, making the game feel even more personal. Number 9, The Elder Scrolls. Number 5, Skyrim. The fifth installment of any game series can be intimidating, but not Skyrim. It's a Bethesda-made game that extends a warm invitation to you as you enter its fantastical world. It weaves a complex web of backstory and legend that's surprisingly easy to learn and get involved in. While the character models for non-playable characters may have been lacking, the game's expansive settings, locations, armor, and weaponry more than make up for it. The ambitious details put into the game rivals that of similar titles, making it truly a feast for the eyes. The game's strengths, however, can also become its weaknesses. With an open world and apparently infinite side quests, the main narrative can be overshadowed. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Skyrim encourages players to craft their own stories for their characters, making decisions about who to play as and what to do in-game. This not only adds to the game's replay value, but also makes it feel like a truly personalized experience. Number 8, Far Cry 3. Have you ever wondered what it means to truly be insane? Well, let me introduce you to Far Cry 3, a game where you can light everything on fire, kill alligators with grenade launchers for a craft project, wear a squirrel suit, and repeatedly crash into trees. It's like a wild party where Skyrim got drunk. Put on a vibrant shirt, and went all out with a Mountain Dew ad from the 90s playing in the background. After a string of serious linear shooters with drab gray and brown palettes, Far Cry 3's vibrant multicolored and often psychedelic open-world setting was a welcome departure. The game offered a fresh and exhilarating experience, challenging players to think outside the box and push the limits of what they thought was possible. It's a game that's hard to describe in words, but once you start playing, you'll understand why it's a classic in its own right. Number 7, Dark Souls. Dark Souls is the ultimate test of a player's mettle in the gaming world today. It's known for its brutal difficulty, but there's more to the game than just its challenge. The challenge is without a doubt the most appealing aspect of the game, but it isn't all a masochistic paradise. There's also a complex narrative woven into the experience. With bits of lore scattered throughout, since its release in 2011, Dark Souls has become the standard for video game difficulty. With 4 categories: easy, normal, hard, and Dark Souls. This game puts all of the player's skills to the test, making it a true masterpiece of the gaming industry. Number 6, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. When it comes to the greatest game of the decade, there are sure to be heated debates and passionate discussions. Everyone has their own opinions, and each side will have a legitimate point to make, but if you're talking about a game that truly has it all, without a doubt, you're talking about The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. From its high-octane action to its exceptional writing, fantastic narrative, and wonderful voice acting, this game is a masterpiece in every sense of the word. With hundreds of hours of content to explore, it's a game that will keep you engaged for countless hours. In the years to come, as we reflect on this decade, there's no doubt that Wild Hunt will continue to be highly regarded. It's a game that has set the bar for what a video game can be and raised it to a new level. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is not just a game, it's an experience that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Number 5. Pokemon Go. The 2010s saw the rise of mobile gaming, and one game that truly embodied this trend was Pokemon Go. While there were other popular mobile games like Candy Crush Saga, none of them quite captured the magic of getting out of the house and exploring the real world like Pokemon Go did. With its unique gameplay that allowed us to capture creatures and make friends at Pokestops and gyms, the societal phenomenon that was Pokemon Go quickly captured the hearts and minds of players around the world. It became a cultural touchstone, even being referenced at the 2016 Democratic National Convention. It's not every day that a game is talked about at a presidential nominating convention. Number 4. Fortnite. When Fortnite Battle Royale was released in 2017, it caused a splash like few games before or since. The game's free-to-play multiplayer feature turned it from a nearly forgotten IP into a cultural phenomenon that captured the attention of players worldwide. Fortnite is so popular that even parents who don't know any better no longer say their kids are playing Nintendo, but are playing Fortnite. It's a testament to the game's impact on popular culture and the way it seeped into the collective consciousness of a generation. Given the incredible success of Fortnite, it's no surprise that the game appears to be sticking around for a while, especially after the release of Season 2 this year. It's a game that has changed the gaming landscape forever and will continue to be a defining title in the industry for years to come. Fortnite is more than just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon that has touched the lives of millions around the world. Number 3. Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey breathed fresh life into the classic formula established over decades. With a beautiful 3D world full of unique levels and a new adventure partner, Cappy, the game adds new dimensions to the classic recipe. The ability to capture enemies and use their skills is a nice touch, and the mix of 2D action and a 3D setting gives the game a nostalgic feel. The game's final battles also feature enough variety to avoid monotony, making it a standout title that Mario fans will adore. Number 2. God of War. God of War was the 4th installment in the series and surpassed its predecessors in every way. It's a legacy sequel that reunites players with Kratos, now older and wiser than the brash demigod we know in the previous games. The game tells an epic father and son tale that tugs at your heartstrings while simultaneously encouraging you to rip the heart out of your enemies' chests. The series is known for its excess and exploitation, but SIE, Santa Monica Studios, made a big change to the game that is more nuanced and makes you think. The switch from Greek to Norse mythology provides a fresh framework for a compelling new story with surprising consequences. It's no wonder that the sequel was one of the most anticipated games of the year. Number 1. Red Dead Redemption 2. In a market flooded with games that promise big but often fail to deliver, Red Dead Redemption 2 stands out as a rare gem that not only meets, but exceeds all expectations. It's a game that fans have been eagerly awaiting for years, and when the release date was pushed back multiple times, the disappointment was palpable. But once the game finally arrived, it was clear that the wait had been worth it. RDR2 is one of the finest first and third-person adventure games ever created. Thanks to its masterful storytelling, sprawling world, unforgettable characters, and vast array of weapons and activities, it's a game that lets you experience the last days of the Old West on your own terms. Whether you want to follow the main storyline or just take a slow ride through the countryside, looking for Easter eggs and meeting interesting people. Unlike other gems that imposed a rigid narrative structure, RDR2 gives players the freedom to explore the world and create their own stories. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book where every decision you make has consequences and shapes the outcome of the game. It's a revolutionary take on the open-world genre that has set the bar so high that it will be difficult for any game to match its achievements for years to come. So friends, have you ever wondered what it would be like to step into a virtual world and live out your wildest dreams? Let us know in the comment section below. Please stay tuned for more exciting videos. Thanks for watching.